read some slides. Well, here's the thing. Just to begin this is a pretty. I don't know. I like looking at the world like let's not mess around. Let's not talk about ghosts and monsters. No, they're not real. Anyways, but here's the thing. What I want to talk about something that's actually pretty interesting. I think it's scary in different levels actually. Yeah, we're good. There is a little like supernatural feel to it, but it's also like real world feel, and that's why I want to tell the story. It's a real story. It didn't necessarily happen to me. I've been here, but it happened to my father. So here's how it goes. Is anyone here from Panama? No? Salvador? Salvador. All right. How about Bolivia? Argentina? Mexico? Well, at least we got Salvador. All right. Anyways, so it relates to all those countries in a way. But here's the thing. We're gonna start off with Panama. This right here is this hotel, actually. It's a pretty funky looking hotel too. Like, not many hotels look like this. It looks pretty cool. Well, the reason why it looks pretty cool is because it didn't always used to be a hotel. If you see the building back there, over there, it's actually really similar. What this was a hospital back in around the 30s or so. It was built by the U.S. government, and during World War II, there was a lot of soldiers that were coming from the Pacific. They were bringing them over here. A lot of them weren't making it out, and from there, it developed into a U.S. military base, and then it became this really cool thing, which I think is one of the first scary parts of this, which became this next thing, right here, right? In Spanish, we call it La Escuela de las Américas. I don't know if any of you have heard it, School of the Americas. What that was actually this U.S. government institution, and what they did was they trained military leaders. You think, very nice, how to improve their tactics, so on and so forth. No, not really. The fellas that were being trained there were all these guys right here. I don't know if anyone's Peruvian too, that's Ollanta Humala. I don't know who he is. He used to be you can call him a terrorist, I guess. All these fellas right here were actually committing crimes against humanity, coup d'etats, you name it, people were getting killed. And at the end of the day, all these guys backed by the US government. And the guys that at the end of the day were like, yes, gung-ho, America. Well, yeah, they were gung-ho too, but they were gung-ho, for example, in Argentina, I can speak about, basically torturing women, basically getting pregnant women, torturing them, taking their babies out, throwing them, putting them in an airplane, throwing them out in the middle of the ocean while still alive, so on and so forth. The torture was crazy. And all this was happening, and that was taught at that hotel, right? So it was a hospital, it was basically, I guess you could call it like a torture school at one point. And it's a pretty weird place. And while driving up to there, you can see a lot of buildings that are dilapidated, abandoned bases. It's a strange ride to this hotel. And when you walk in, it's actually really nice. It looks like this. It's one of the most beautiful hotels I've ever been to. But the thing is, this is where it gets to the supernatural side, the scary part, which is you walk in and knowing the history, you start feeling a little weird. It's not necessarily like, oh my gosh, crazy things happen here. You had all these dictators in here. No, it's a little different. Like the air feels a little thinner. It's really cold, maybe it's the AC. It's Panama, it's really hot. But what I'm trying to say is that it's strange. It's actually really strange. It used to be a hospital, so that adds to it. Because when you walk in, you think of Atlantis. It definitely looks like those hospitals that you saw in movies from World War II or so. The layout, the long corridors, all these blocked out windows, which is really strange. You go around and you knock on walls, and there's hollow walls. And I'm serious, it's a really strange place. And I go and I obviously check it out because I know the history, but most people just walk around like nothing's going on. But it's a lot of strange stuff. And the third floor, here's where it gets really interesting. They say that this hotel is haunted, all the crazy things that happen, the deaths that happened during World War II, and all the tortures that happened here too. And they said the third floor is where some strange things happen. In the first picture, as you saw, there's like a big pool. Well, the story goes like this. The story is if you go out to the pool and you look up to the third floor, in the middle of the night, obviously, not in the middle of the day, you see the curtains move. The third floor most of the time is empty, actually, so the hotel is actually never that packed. So you see third floor curtains moving, like just this kind of motion. And there's been stories that people go out and check and there's no one in the room, like, ooh, ghosts. Pretty scary, right? No, but it happens. I've seen it happen. This part I have seen. I've gone out to the pool and you see these curtains moving. And the rooms are empty, right? You look like there's no way, like it's who's sleeping at 8 p.m. It's dark and no one's sleeping. Why are the lights on? Why are these curtains moving? And it's weird. And out of the history, it kind of freaked me out. Well, and this adds to something else, that people say that sometimes, not only in this location, but another building that used to also be a hospital, you see nurses to this day. So when you're walking around at night, I haven't seen them, but the point is, you walk around at night and you see like people dressed in white, for a glimpse of a second, like walking around these hallways, these long, real long hallways. And it's pretty strange, you know? And what happened was, in 2010, my father went to this hotel. And we knew the story, you know, we were always messed around like, sure, ghost, forget it. No, but he decided, you know what, wouldn't it be funny? Like, he was sent to the 3rd floor, he was the only guy on the floor. He's like, wouldn't it be funny if you take a picture if something actually happened? You know, that'd be funny. Well, funny story, he took this picture, right? Look, you can say it's blurry, but look at the end of the hallway. The end of the hallway is not blurry. So what is that, right? What is that? If all this is not true, what is that? I don't know. I've had this picture for 4 years. And here's the creepy thing is, I had a girlfriend in 2011, I tried showing her this picture. When I tried to send her over Skype, my computer crashed. Kind of strange, right? I said, whatever, no big deal. Today, while putting this on a PowerPoint, the reason why this is not on the PowerPoint is when I tried to put it on, my PowerPoint didn't load into my flash drive. Right? I took the picture out, PowerPoint loaded. So it's pretty strange. I don't know what you want to call this. I call this, it's pretty creepy. Maybe it's a ghost, maybe it's not, I don't know what it is. But that surely isn't normal. So if you guys want to go to the hotel, it's the Meliat Panama Canal. I welcome you to go, it's pretty cool. And these things happen. Whatever, if anyone wants the picture, let me know. But I think it's pretty creepy. With the whole nurse story, I'm like, I could totally see it. You never know. So, thank you.